Let's take a look round and tell me what you see.
I'm in a forest, but it's familiar. There's a cottage or a croft, and as I walked towards the croft, I felt like I was looking through a window with like a black curtain, but light was shining in from the outside in. Then as I came out of the cottage or the croft, it then became a room, and I was walking in the forest. I felt it was dark and there were no leaves on the trees, but I wasn't scared. And I saw what I think was a crow, a witch crow, but she was offering me to show the path to follow. But everything looked so dark and scratchy looking, like twigs. But I wasn't scared. And then there was others peering from behind the trees, the stumps and the twigs. Somebody with a mask, but he looked like a soldier, but with a full metal helmet on, looking at me. I keep seeing owls. I saw owls in the beginning, and when you asked me to step on stones, I couldn't do it on the path of the forest. I kept coming back to stepping stones on a river. It wasn't flowing very flowy. It was safe to cross on the stepping stones. And that led me to the other side. But sometimes I didn't want to go to the other side. I was happy just stood in the middle of the river. I've seen some beautiful colours. Beautiful greens and yellows. Also, I've been cloaked in lilacs and purples. It's like I can see the sky, but I don't need to see it because I know it's there and it's beautiful. But I just feel like I'm in the depths of the forest, but I know where I am.
Can you find where you live in this place?
I think I live in the croft, or had lived in the croft.
So I'd like you to take a look down at yourself. Are you able to see anything?
It just, all I'm seeing now is colours. It's mixtures of like a forest green, like the top of trees, but blue, lilac-y, mauve colours mingled in with the green. I feel like I'm a bird just looking down on the top of the forest.
So I'd like you to take a look within yourself and look down and see if you can tell me, are you in human form or animal form?
I think I'm an animal. I feel like a spirit, like a sprite. But I'm definitely up above looking down.
So I'd like you to imagine that there's a mirror in front of you, and using the light from the moonlight,
Yes.
or a torch, what reflection do you see through this mirror?
At first I thought I saw a woman, an old woman, but wrapped with a shawl over her head, sort of coming in, coming out. But then I see a skull, but it feels like a skull of an animal. Crow, a raven, maybe an eagle. I can see its beak. in its head.
Do you feel like you can change from a
Shape shifting.
yes.
Shape shifting. Because the woman, she's not there now. She is, but I just feel like she had a shawl. And then it went to the bird, but a majestic bird.
Do you feel like you have been changed into something, or you have done that yourself? Are you able to do these things yourself?
I think so. I believe in change. I welcome change. I don't deny it. Might not always agree with it, but I can do it. I haven't got a problem with it.
So let's take you back now to before you changed yourself into this bird or animal.
Yes.
And let's find out why you had to do this or why you do this. So let's go
Maybe
back.
I have to look at things differently, from a different perspective.
So let's go back to when you was the lady, before you changed yourself, and let's go and find out what you have to do this.
I feel like she's wise. Maybe that's why I kept seeing the owls in the beginning. And they were beautiful owls, very like a tawny owl, very mottly brown colours, beautiful big eyes. But that was the first animal I saw, the first thing I saw when I was in the forest. But then I saw, and I describe her as a crow, but not in a bad way. But she was wearing predominantly black, like a black cloak, but jaggedy cloak.
Do you feel like she wears black is because she's in mourning?
Possibly. But I feel that when I first saw her, she was older, very pointy, sharpy nose, and just not gliding, but walking away from me, but asking me to follow. And it was very dark, and the trees didn't look their beautiful green colours. It was like in winter. I wasn't scared. I wanted to follow her.
Do you feel like that this lady is one of your ancestors?
Yes, I feel there's a connection because I'm not scared of her. I feel like she's kin. That's the words I want to use. That she's kin. I belong with her.
So let's make a connection and let's find out who she is. Use all of your senses and connect mind to mind and soul to soul.
I feel like I can see something on the left-hand side. I just want it to come right to focus. I thought I saw a man sat down, very old man, with a white beard, a bit like a hermit. Yes, I'd said a hermit. And he was sat on my right side as I'm looking down on him, but not from a great height. I feel like I'm a child. I don't feel like I'm an adult. I feel like I'm being taught, shown things. I now see an arrow, a bow, and somebody. There's bows as well. What, antlers?
Are you inside the house?
No, I'm outside. I'm like in the thick of a forest, literally in the thick. But I don't feel trapped. I feel like I'm part of it. But now it's all becoming green and there's light. There's a man, a younger man, shooting arrows, but up into the sky through the trees. I'd have almost said like Robin Hood.
Whereabouts do you feel that this forest is? What country?
England, I feel like I'm in Sherwood Forest now. It's pretty thick and dense. There's a lot of archers. There is lots of archers stood there.
Made of trees?
There is trees. They're like in the middle of the trees, but with a bit of like a clearing. But they're pointing up so that I'm seeing more of the bow and the arrow and the arm outstretched, as if not shooting into the air, but at an angle like an arch. But I've just seen in the sky, it went dark, as if there was a giant bird or something up in the sky. But I feel now I've gone to a city. And it does feel like Edinburgh. And it's tall, old buildings, like where the fruit market is.
And what are you doing in this place?
I don't know, I'm watching. There's somebody in front of me stood rubbing their hands. But he's got a cloak. He's got a hood over his face. He's looked at me. But he almost looks like it's from medieval times. Like the cloak of a monk. But he stood rubbing his hands on the street. So the street doesn't make sense with the man in time-wise. There, but now there's a man again in like a hooded man, giant of a man. But he's not scary. It's like he's outstretched his arms. And although the cloak isn't rich in colours, it's quite hoarse, sort of coarse as well. It's like he's protecting everybody. I think it was him that was in the sky. He's looking down on us all. He's got a beard and a moustache. I'd have almost said like Father Time. It's as if I feel like I'm stood on this corner in the fruit market, watching it all unfold. There's an animal. I thought it was an elephant, but it looks like a bear. But now it's gone back to being an animal with tusks. Almost something like out of a Star Wars movie, but it's not. And I can see a cave. Like, it looks like there's a door. It looks like it's in a mountainside, carved into a mountain. And I'm walking up to it. It's very dark. And it's like it could devour you.
So if you're having trouble seeing, let's hold a lighted torch in your hand and it will light the way.
Right. I don't feel frightened. I can see people going in. It's as if they're coming out of the side of the walls. But they've all got cloaks on with hoods, hooded cloaks.
Are you wearing a hood with the cloak?
I think so, because nobody's challenging me, or I don't feel like I'm a stranger.
Can you look down at yourself and see what you're wearing?
I can't. I feel whatever I'm wearing is heavy on my arms and my shoulders. But I feel like I've got my head raised, like my chin up, as if I have a right to walk in here.
So can you use
And
your hands to feel the material that you're wearing?
it's quite smooth, almost like velvet. I keep seeing somebody in front of me, a woman. I'd have almost said Queen Elizabeth I. I feel that I belong to this Mary Queen of Scots. But yes, she has dark hair. And I feel that I have the right to raise my head and walk. The dress is long and velvety that I'm wearing, and has tapestry down the middle. I want to say ermine. Ermine?
Hermione?
Yeah, as in white with dark spots on it, where royalty would wear it. I feel I have status, and not to be pushed aside as I walk. I feel like I'm walking into a court, and I see people around me. I still have my head held high. I belong here, and make no mistake, I belong here. I am part of here. I want people to bow and curtsy and acknowledge me because of my birthright. But I feel there's a undercurrent where I am, but I am proud. And I intend to carry on feeling this way.
Do you feel like you're in some kind of a hiding, but you don't want to be there?
No, I feel now is my time to come out and for people to see me, pay homage to me, to recognise who I am.
And who are you?
I feel I am a lady, but much higher than that. I feel I have noble birth, and I belong to a long line of royalty even. I have status because of my birthright, and I need people to recognise this and acknowledge this. Do not toss me aside or feel you have the right to disrespect me. This place, this room I'm in, has arched windows with lead in them. The floor is checkered tiles, black and white. There is a lot of beautiful furniture, even gold. I feel I'm in a chapel, but it feels like a great hall. And as I walk through, I can feel the weight of my dress at the front on my legs as I'm trying to walk straight. And there's people either side of me. I know there's people behind me, but I can't tell you who they are. I feel the male, but I don't feel they do me any harm.
I would
They are there.
I would like you to listen to hear your name being called.
I can hear hail. I want to say Mary.
Now use all
I
of the
just,
senses in your knowing, and you'll know who you are.
I feel I am Mary, which is my middle name. But they're now bowing, and there's a door going to be open, but the door seems to be getting smaller and leading through to the people are behind me now. But I feel I'm heading through a tunnel, but a wooden arches. It's totally covered in wood. Wooden arches. It's very carved, splendorous, but not much light. It's torchlight. There is 2 soldiers at the end of the door, the end of the tunnel, with bayonets, like crossed over. So I come to the door. It has herald remark above it, like a plaque. It's all wooden, it's all carved. But I can now see somebody sat on a throne. A man. It's not dark, but it's not light. This room, it's lit by torches, and I feel it's underground, not above. And he looked like a lion because of had a crown and a big furry sort of cloak over his shoulders and arms. He felt like he was going to roar like a lion. He has such command. And now I feel like a humble servant. Although my head is held high, I feel I should pay him homage. I don't think he's my family, but there is a connection to him. There is now gold, as if it's spreading out across his body. It's become more colourful, flamboyant. He's richly dressed. The throne seems to be made of wood, intricate carved wood, like an arch, with green gems and stones inserted in him, in the seat. I'm trying to look at him, but keep my head slightly lowered at the same time to show him my respect. He almost looks like from Harry Potter. Not Voldemort, the good wizard, something like that, but equally splendid. It's like a lion. Maybe he's a lion king. Richard? I hear.
Richard Lionheart.
Richard the Lionheart. I can now see he's been on his chest. He has like the white flag with the red cross, like almost like a cloak or a bib that's been put over his beautiful gold armour. It's just so golden. But yet he sits on a throne that is not so splendid, if to use that term. He's more in tune, or it is more befitting him. He remembers his beginnings. He remembers who he is. That wealth doesn't bring you everything. He remembers his connection to people that are lower, not standard, but people of England. The woodland people in the wood. He admires their craftwork. I almost want to say it was commissioned for him, or it was a gift. This seat of power, but equally the seat of many woodland kings or deities. I feel like I can't put my head down. I'm in awe of him and surrounded. But now I see a pit. I almost wanted to say it was like a bird's nest at the top, but with a big hole going down into a tunnel. I see a cat, a black cat, beautiful green eyes, asking me to come down. It's no rabbit hole. I feel like I'm going down into the earth. It's made of wicker, like a basket, but it's a big hole. There is a panther. Something with whiskers. Black, beautiful eyes. Beautiful. I don't know why it wants me to see it, but now it's just retreated back. It could have almost been a bear, black bear, or a black wolf. I'm back in the forest again now.
Is there anyone there with you?
I feel there's like sprites and fairies, and I feel so, peaceful and seeing things floating, plants and trees and grass. I'm in the trees, but bluebells, I feel like it's little fairies and leprechauns and sprites around with butterflies. There's animals and birds. The archer's there as well, but in very gentle. I've just seen a stag with the most wonderful antlers, with birds and flowers entwined through the antlers. It's just stood there looking at me.
Let's connect with this stag.
Yes. He too has his head held high, his chin up. It's gorgeous. It's just, sorry.
Let's look through the eyes of the stag. See if you recognise this foe.
I'm coming closer. He too is majestic. I feel he's letting me look. But then he moves his head slightly. But then looks back at me. I feel like he wants me to follow him.
Do you recognise this foe?
I do. I don't know where from. I feel everything's connected with the forest.
What is your connection with this place?
I just feel very comfortable, very relaxed. I feel part of it. That I belong there. That like a carpet. I could lay down. I've got long ginger hair, all curls. I can see myself laying in the lush grassy carpet in the forest with all the moss, and it's blowing in the wind. But I have garlands in my hair too. I feel that my hair is actually, as it's spread out behind me, it's actually in the carpet, in the green carpet, the moss, flowers, daisies, and there's butterflies, there's bulrushes, but the lilac, it's all heathery colours, and it's just so beautiful. It's so green, lush, almost like a blanket being put over you. Green, warm, earthy blanket, sweet smelling flowers, lots of pinks, mauves,
What do you
and
feel like you
blues.
do there?
I go and dream, I daydream, and then when I open my eyes, I watch nature all around me. Birds, owls, deer coming to eat close by.
Do you feel like you have a job to do there?
I don't think so. I feel I just belong. Woodland nymph, I've just heard. I'm meant to be part of it. I believe the stag is the protector because he stands so tall. I feel like he's there for all of us. Yes, and the trees as well.
Do you feel like this is where you originated from?
Yes, at some point.
Do you also
think-
feel that this is a fairyland? Fairy place?
Yes, definitely. Yes, it is. I feel like the gentle side of me belongs here. This is why I'm in awe of it, because I love it. I'm part of it. I'm entwined with it. It wraps itself around me, the tendrils, vines, and I feel protected there. It looks after me. Woodland nymph, fairy, as in F-A-I-R-I-E, fair one. Yeah, I'm happy there. I'm really happy. I feel like I'm melting into it. It's just so lovely. But there is fun in this gaiety, and there's laughter and peace. It's just so lovely, colourful.
Is there any other people that's there like you?
I think the archer, he looks like Robin Hood, the way he's dressed. But he doesn't shoot to kill the animals. I don't know why he's got a bow and arrow.
And he's there with you?
Yes, it's to my left-hand side.
So I'd like you to connect with him mind to mind and soul to soul, and look through his eyes. Eyes are the window to the soul. See if you recognise him in the lifetime of Sharon.
I'm not sure that I feel like he's a brother or kinsman. He's continually stood on his side. When I look at him, I see the side of him. He has fair face and brown curlish hair.
Does he have any messages to bring you today?
Does he have any what, sorry?
Does he have any messages to bring you today?
I feel like he's protecting me from what I don't know. Because I don't feel like I'm at risk. I just feel like we've been walking through this forest and meeting and greeting all that we know who belong to us or we belong to them. And that's when we came upon the stag there, and there's other roe deer. They're just eating. They're just comfortable with our presence as well. I feel like I've got a cloak, but it's so light, like almost made of gossamer, silk. And it's floating behind me as I walk and touching everything as I walk. I don't feel small. I feel quite sort of adult size.
So
But he will not leave my left-hand side. It's about...
So let's have that scene unfold, and let's move to a place where you reside, somewhere where you eat and sleep.
I think it's the forest. I went back then to the croft. But now it's a stone building. There is trees around it. It has a small garden. I'm walking up to the gate, but again it's on my left-hand side. And as I walk up, I can see the building and the door and windows. They're like sash windows. And there's ivy growing over the window on the right-hand side. The door is in the middle. It's quite a large croft or building. It's more of a building now than a croft.
So let's open that front door and let's go inside and tell me what you see. What greets you when you open that door?
I saw the woman, crow, a hag. She has long grey hair. She was asking me, stairs are up the middle. She stood in front of the stairs in a very small hallway. She wears a black hat now, and she's still cloaked in black. There's a stick.
Let's ask who she is.
Can I ask who you are? She's turning towards me. She's on my right-hand side. I feel like she's become younger now. She's got red hair. But she won't face me. I just keep getting glimpses of it. She's talking to me, but I can't understand what she's saying. And then she looks back again. But there's like light.
Is she not speaking in a language that you understand?
Possibly. It's like a silent speech.
So let's use the translator, and the translation of what the words mean will appear in front of you.
The word ruin, R-U-N-E. I saw that. I've seen a necklace in the shape of a diamond. Sorry, like a square, but turned on its side. Can't describe. in the middle, and then I thought I saw the workings of a clock, the inside of a clock. But then now it's a gold star that is spinning around in the middle of this triangular necklace.
And who is wearing this necklace?
This woman, this crone, this witch, this. I feel I'm being. I feel like I'm being derogatory calling her a witch.
So ask her what this necklace means.
I feel it's part of my past.
And
it's showing me the star. Stars, but there's, I saw the workings of a clock, like a stopwatch. The men wore. It was showing me it working, all the cogs going round in the spring. But then
showing you where a star system.
Possibly, I keep seeing this metal, solid star, but it has light shining on it. It's golden light, but it did start moving around. And now I'm seeing like an angel or a fairy with gossamer wings who's been pirouetting in the middle. I feel now I'm looking into a crystal ball and seeing things, but she still stood at the bottom of the stairs. I feel like I'm seeing the right side of the body, and her hat is low, that she won't look at me.
This fairy that's pirouetting, do you feel that is you, the former you, or do you feel like that could be the lady that stood there in the black cloak?
I feel it's something to do with childhood.
So let's find out who it is, who you're seeing.
It's like a ballet dancer, but when they're on point and they're spinning around, but they have their hands held high, almost like praying to exalting to a higher entity. And there's such golden light going upwards from these hands. There is somebody stood in front of me, like a woman, but she's got an unusual white sort of headdress on, and she's holding this golden light that has now turned into like a white or a gold pyramid, where it's in her hands and it's spinning around.
Ask her what it is. Why is she showing you this pyramid?
This pyramid has light going through it, like lightning, but she's not a woman. Her face is very oval. I'm saying her, but the face has big eyes and they're looking at me like an alien. Like, as we see aliens or allegedly see them, her face is like oval, like a really higher being with a cape, but it comes up the side.
Are you able to connect with this person?
I feel so. I feel they're showing me this pyramid. It's now been turned upside down and it's on its point. I feel like I'm looking through glass. It's become a glass pyramid that's got a star, and the star is intertwining with another star, and I don't know how to describe it.
Like a binary system?
Yes. but it keeps fading out, coming back. I feel like I'm being shown more scientific explanations. I want to say, pardon?
Can we connect with this alien, mind to mind and soul to soul?
I'm trying to. It keeps moving and becoming other shapes or people. I feel quite cold. Oh no, not icy, but cool, very cool. And I feel that space is the backdrop, the starry sky. I feel like I'm way beyond the earth. And somehow said it was a hologram of somebody in front of me, but moving more from my left to my right, positioning themselves in front of me. Like, you know, when you blow bubbles and you get that, the bubble and the colours in the bubble.
Mm-hmm.
It was like that, but the shape looked like a human. It's got like a helmet on, but it's still made of this bubble sort of substance.
So this binary system, do you feel that you have a connection with this place?
Yes, but I feel like I'm floating in space.
So
like
take a look around and look for anything that you feel drawn to.
It's mostly the background and this being. I feel like if you were drawing a constellation, it's like that, but of a being. But they've got arms, head, a torso, and legs. I feel they're made of this substance that bubbles are made of.
Do you feel like your connection is with the stars?
Yes. I love the stars. I love looking at them and wondering what they are. Where do
you feel your home planet is?
I don't know.
Let them guide the way.
Yes, I feel like it's the backdrop I'm interested in, because I can see through this being and I can see like the dark sky and the stars. I feel I'm in space. I feel like I'm floating there with them, almost like as if I had been a rocket and I'm just floating in space, but I'm stood up straight.
Let them guide the way. Let them show you where you need to connect to.
It's becoming, I feel like there's a sun, the light. I want to say the Milky Way. There's like a sun or a moon or an eclipse in the left-hand corner. Still got my head. I feel like I continually want to raise my head and my chin to see, like a yearning. The left-hand side, it's like a moon because there's a shadow. I'm seeing the left-hand side of the planet, and it looks like the moon. From what I've seen, there's craters, there's holes, there's craters, but there's like a sun in the top left-hand corner that's casting this light, a beam, onto this moon or this planet. And I'm stood looking at it, but somebody's just shook their head at me. But he looked green, but he looked like a see-through skeleton, a glass skeleton. is quite, not dominant, but it's helpful. But almost like going, no. You need to look. He's pointing at this edge where the light is on the left-hand side.
So let's follow his guidance. Let him show you where you need to be looking and where you need to go.
Yeah. It just reminds me of a glass skull, glass skeleton. It's as if he's leading me to the light on the edge of the planet. But now the light is, the planet's moving round on an axis. And I see an eye, like the third eye. And it's a bee, a wasp. In the middle, I see the stripes. It's so hard to. It seems to be a lot. The eyes are opening, almost like an Egyptian eye, how you would draw an Egyptian eye. But its eyes on the side of the planet, and it's looking out towards the sun.
Do you feel this place has a connection with the pyramids?
Yes. I thought, I don't know if I'm putting the thought in my mind, but the eye is definitely like Egyptian. It's the way I want to draw it, trying to draw it. But he's been pointing towards there, but it's like this light. There's a source, a powerful force coming out of this eye that's on the side towards the sun. Almost like it's sending meteors, fiery meteors.
What is the purpose of this eye?
I want to say the all-seeing eye. That it sees everything. This planet on the left, or this sun, is now moving downwards. The planet on the right has become ball, but it has spheres around it, circles, a bit like Saturn. And it's got lovely sort of ether on.
Do you know the name of this planet?
Nothing's. I feel like it begins with an E. I keep seeing an E and an S. EIOS.
Are we still in the Milky Way?
Yes, I think we are.
And what's
But
the
it's
name of the sun?
something with an N. It's not something I recognise. I think it's far beyond what we know on Earth. I feel like I come back down to Earth and then go, boom, literally bounce up back into space. It's like it's infinite. It knows no bounds, there's no boundaries, it's infinite. It goes forever. There's so much to explore. But there's lots of little stars. I don't see anything big. I saw planets, but I saw like a spider's web thrown out, like a net, like a trumpet. it's made up, you know, like a satellite dish or a membrane, electrical impulses emitting from.
Does it feel something that's far more advanced than what we know?
Oh gosh, yeah, I've never seen anything like it. It's like a form of communication on a very very higher level.
What is being communicated? What kind of information needs to come through these places? This equipment?
That I feel it's between planets and life, like it wants to be in attunement. That's its way of communicating. It's sending all these impulses, the pulses, the static sort of, you know, like when you put your hand on them globes and the light then suddenly becomes part of your hand.
Yeah.
It's like you attract it, and it's all like lilacs, fizzly lines. Physics and science. Okay, that's how it's like a wire mesh satellite dish that's coming out and resonating and vibrating, sending vibrations out to see what, to tell us. It's not wanting to receive, it's emitting waves to tell us.
And how do you accept these waves? How can you become receptive?
I feel like it's telling us, telling whoever's out there to be careful. I keep seeing this archer come back on the left-hand side, and what I want to say, the protection. Just I feel like the left-hand side is full of protection, but these waves.
Is he your spirit guide?
I think he must be.
Let's connect with him and let's find out his name.
I keep calling him Robin because he looks like Robin Sherwood, but only from what I've seen in films, you know, that perception. I keep seeing D and an A, and I want to say Danu, but I know that Danu is a river goddess, so I don't think that's his name. But the letter D and the letter A. He won't say Daniel, but because it has a soft tone to it. Can't seem to find who he is. And he won't. He either puts his head down, he's got feathers in his cap and plumages. And he does have long, shoulder length, curly brownish hair. And I think he's got blue eyes. Definitely some freckles.
See, have a look into his eyes and see if you can recognise his soul.
He reminds me of Peter Pan, like when Robin Williams played him. He's got a lovely gentleness about him, but equally, I want to call him a forest king, but he feels more like a prince, because I feel like the man I saw on this wooden throne.
Were you once connected with this man in a previous lifetime?
I think so. I think so.
Can you ask him a question?
do I ask him and speak to it, or do I ask him through my mind? Are you part of my past life? Are you part of my family? Or have you been sent to protect me? He just lowers his head. But no, I feel like he's really shy. He's just incredibly gentle. But equally, he has a protection about him. It's just hard to... I can see a nose, and it's like a tree trunk, and there's greenery and moss around the either side of the nostrils. I've seen an older man now under a hat. It looks a bit like a wizard with a beard, green beard and moustache. But he's led a very spiritual but equally magical life. I've got really close to his face. He's got quite a large nose. He's talking, but I feel like I'm sat in a circle with others and he's teaching us something.
So let's listen into what he has to teach everyone.
We're looking into a cauldron, and it's almost like a volcano. There's a small volcano is erupting in the bottom of this cauldron, with light coming up. All the cauldrons glowing green, like iridescent green. And we're giggling. It's as if something's gone funnily wrong. But he's saying, if you do this will happen. You must be careful. I just want to laugh. I feel like I'm a child, but I just want to giggle. Because it's really funny what's happened. It's like something's backfired. I feel like I've laughed that much. I'm crying, we're laughing. I can feel tears. Not sadness, it's just funny, giggly funny. But he's going, right, okay. In his voice, he's got a lovely voice. Back, attention now. Attention, let's get back to the task in hand. So we're looking into this cauldron. It's glowing green, but can't stop looking at his whiskers because he looks like a cat. Like he's been preening his moustache. He looks like a cat. And there's that old honey dripping over his hat into this cauldron. And it smells delicious. So I can't stop smiling. I can't. It's just so nice. It's just lovely. I can now see, I feel like I've become older now. And we're all grown up and we're sat around the fire. But there's a crown, a big crown in the fire. And the tops of the crown are folded in. And then they come out. And then they go in to the middle of the fire. There's a bear, big bear stood up. sun's just gone down and we're in the wood again. But there's a clearing. There's... I thought I saw a buffalo. But there's an air of... I feel my breathing's different. There's like intrepidation. I feel like I need to calm my breath. I can see a Native American Indian woman in front of me in traditional dress with long black hair. There is wolves, but they're not dangerous. They're with us. He's got his bow and arrow at the ready, stood at the side of her. I can see teepees. I've seen the chief come out to address everybody. I'm stood watching, I'm stood looking behind the trees, watching. I see a heart being made, her fingers put together, some clouds, owls, arms together. He is a wise man. I feel like he's going to hold counsel. I feel like I want to speak quite strictly and slowly to tell the story about the eagle. He needs them all to understand that we will... I don't know what he wants to say. It's quite important. There is someone stood to the right of him that almost doesn't want to listen. He thinks he's exaggerating, that if they come, we will fight, we will conquer. He's been told to not be like this, to listen. I have a heavy heart. My breath feels laboured, as if I'm taking my last breaths. There is a weight upon my chest. They are anticipating what is coming. They are ready, but they are ready with heavy hearts, not with joy. They do not want to lose what they have. It is not for others to take that away. It belongs to them. Whoever it is on my left-hand side. The left-hand side of my chest feels so heavy. I feel I am laid down and I am wrapped in animal skins, bear skins. But I am watching G stand and tell the story. I feel it could have been me. Oh God, it feels so heavy. Like I'm struggling to tell you with my breath. I want to cry. not for the loss of my life, but the loss of the tribe and their traditions and our way of life. It is important to continue the story of how great our life has been, and to respect all that is around us. Give it reverence and praise. Work together. I want to say soul. I feel like I'm being shook to the very core of the earth, where I lay. But I have been strong. I want you all to be strong. Do not fear what you do not know. Feel what is in your heart. And go forth. Protect what needs to be protected. You must carry this on. But when I leave, I will be above you. I will look down on you. I will protect you with my great wings. Because I am the eagle. I will soar above. I will never leave you. I promise you. I will never leave you. It is and now I feel I'm back to me. And I'm watching them all walking amongst the sweet grass. And they're happy. Whatever was there before has gone. They're playing with their children. Just squaw. The meadows, the grass. It's beautiful. You can see the smoke coming out of teepees. They have fire. You can hear them singing. Hear them with their drums. I have a drum. I hear you. I am happy for you. You must continue. You must carry on. Don't be given in to temptation. Just be true to yourself, like I am trying to be. I'm turning away. I'm walking away. Back into the forest. But I'm following an Indian, Native American Indian. He's got black and white feathers in his headband. I want to wiggle my toes and I don't want to skip because I'm following him. I feel like he's got a pipe and he's playing the pipe. And I'm following him back into the forest. I could see his quiver of arrows on his back. I could see a woman as well, squaw, with a child, a papoose, very young. And they're happy. We're happy. We walk into the forest. You can hear the trees. I can hear the wind and feel the wind. I can see the sky and the clouds through the treetops. I feel we have a wise man with us, talking to us, showing us the way of the forest, the way to live. But I feel the forest is in North America. It's not Sherwood Forest anymore. I see moose, big antlers. I call my cat Moose. He is meandering with us and eating the leaves on the trees. I want to say it's sycamore because I recognise the leaves. Maybe oak. And as we're going through, I feel like I'm being let go. A butterfly. And they're floating up to the sky.
So
looking down.
As you float away now, you're right.
You're
feeling all good.
Yes, I do. I'm above the forest.
Feeling good, and as I count to 3, you will find yourself floating in the spirit side. Rising up now on the other side, feeling good. In the afterlife without any pain, without any emotion. Feeling good now. 1, 2, 3. You are now in the spirit realm. Let's take a moment now to adjust ourselves and take a look around. Can you describe this place?
I feel like it's in a womb. There's like pale blue light to the right, like somebody's. I've just seen the nose of an animal, like I thought it was a brown puma. But is it a loris? Come forward, step forward. But this beautiful blue light is on the right hand side. It's like I want to go deeper. Let's see, it's like I'm coming out to the shadows.
Is there anyone there that you could recognise as your family?
It's animals I'm seeing. Coming forth. I feel somebody's with them. I'm trying to look deeper. Yeah. It's getting clearer. I'm just like, it feels milky.
So let's get crystal clarity clearance.
Yeah.
Let's find out who these animals are and what connection they have to you.
Felt like there was a bear and there's like big cats. A lady sat. She looked like a little Welsh doll with the Welsh hat and the frills inside. With a cloak.
Let's go ahead and have a walk up to this lady and let's find out who she is. Is she a spirit guide or a family member?
She looks like a granny, like a grandma. I felt like she was wearing traditional Welsh costumes.
Let's find out who she is.
I keep getting blocked. It's a tiger rubbing up against her. his chin, and there was like a cat that I used to have, old Moose, with his big eyes, big tabby cat. He was my tiger, I used to call it, stripy tiger. He's rubbing up against Turvin.
If any of Sharon's spirit guides are around, can we please call them forward?
There's a man, see the man's face, that looked like a grandpa. Not somebody I recognise. He's got a lovely, friendly face, moustache and a beard, grey hair.
Let's find out who he is. Let's connect with him.
Keeps stepping forward and then he fades back.
Let's just ask if he's one of your spirit guides.
Are you my spirit guide? He's just nodded. But I feel like it's a bit like a leprechaun now. His beard is ginger and moustache. He's talking. I can't see what he's saying.
So use all of your senses and you will know what he's saying.
He's shown a mask. The bird soaring above me. I feel like he sent the bird up to release the bird. Keep seeing stripy cats and kittens.
Is there any other spirit guide that would like to come forward today?
I feel like drops of water's been dropped on my nose. There is the witch. I don't know what to call that. Are you Ursula? Ursula. 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 Aren't you? Yeah. You are, aren't you? You have many gifts and was known for prophecies, premonitions throughout the ages. I felt you at this. You're buried somewhere there, aren't you? Nobody knows where. When I looked into the wood, I could feel you. When I visited you, Mother Shipton. But I always called you Ursula when I read about you. And I have your book. You are her. So, and you lived with the fairy folk. And you are a crow. That's possible, right? Do you guide me? Okay. And is the forest, isn't the forest? Woods. And the stepping stones. You was on the other side of the stepping stones. That's why he wouldn't let me fly. What's in the fire? Badgers, but you know how I feel about foxes. Yeah. And birds, crows, ravens. All those years I didn't like them. And now I talk to them. Right? But what am I supposed to do? What do you want me to do? I need to go back out on my own. I need to go back on my own. You knew what my wishes were when I put my hand in the pond. You knew. And it was all to do with the earth and the animals and human beings. It's all got to work together. We need to look after Mother Earth. It's right there, son. Oh, it's a big task. Do it. Mushrooms. Oh, okay. Not the red ones. Yeah. What's this with the cauldron? I can't really like. Forest. Like the veins of the leaf. Right. Is that the communication then? Through the veins and the leaves of a plant. You're lifting it up, lifting. It's grounded, isn't it? Grounded with the earth. That's why I like to lay on the earth. Turtles. Okay. Underneath. Water. Don't like me in the water. Just don't like it. What lays beneath. Don't like. Want to come up. Right. Green man. He's everywhere. Everywhere I go, he's there. He's just in the trees. He's in the earth. He's looking all the time, isn't he? Is that who it is?
Is he the
Is that
spirit?
who?
Is he a spirit guide?
I think he is. There's been so many connections at the minute to do with the green man. And I didn't realise until this week that I've actually put up a green man. I bought one and put a placard on near my door. And I can't believe I haven't seen him, although I put him there. I love my gargoyles. I love the things that people would see as ugly. They're not ugly. They're beautiful within. It's what you see. It's all in the eye of the beholder.
So now it's time now to close that scene and remember everything that has been told and shown for you. I'm now going to count you backwards from 3 to 1. And
Yes.
thank you. Thank you for your participation. Sharon has a few questions that she'd like to answer.
Yeah. No. Sorry.
She also wants to know the purpose of the first past life that she was shown today and what she was meant to take forward from that. The past life where she was a queen or some form of royalty.
I'm being shown a crown. A crown is falling. It was held high, and an orb where it's held in your hand with a cross, beautiful, gilded and gold. That too fell. I feel like I am in Edinburgh. I know exactly where I am and where I'm stood. I have the castle to my left. So I look down where the fruit market is. I feel like I wanted to nearly say fallen from grace, but it was not of my doing. It was those who I feel plotted against me, who did not understand me. I am not a bad person. Did they find me or see me as being weak, having compassion and for caring about people and those around me? And I believe because of this, I was treated as an outcast and put down into darkness. But my faith and my love and my compassion for others of all kinds kept me strong, no matter where I was. But I did rise again, and you did pay me homage, but not because of royalty or my lineage. You paid me homage because of who I am and what I do represent and what gifts I have and wish to share. It is nothing to be frightened of. It is something to be gifted and to share amongst others. Whatever sentient being requires it. And as I now see my father, my grandfather, outstretching their hand towards me and leading me along this path, dressed in their furs, beautiful clothing. It is not that we wish to be above everybody else. We wish for everybody to be equal, to be respected, whether you live on the land, in the trees, in the woods, or in your finery up there. You must all be equal. We must look after each other. I feel so privileged, but not because my heart is not full of greed or avarice or hate. I feel that I need to give my love and my care freely to those that need it. And there I rest. And I want to join now. I feel my work is done. And I'm out of the dark place. You may thought it was dark. It never was to me. It gave me a better chance, a further chance to look inside me and realise who I was and who I am. And I hope that I will pass this on through my lineage, through my ancestors, my future, so that everyone on the earth has this feeling, this element of light, peace, and hope, but most of all to care, to give for all time.
So may we rewire the brain for Sharon so that everything that has been set in place will not interfere with her life now.
I would like that to happen. I feel I have done my absolute best. But given freely and without recourse.
From that lifetime, is there any residual blocks or trauma that's stuck in Sharon's body, mind, or energy field?
I don't think so. I think what's happening now is a blockage. What's happening with the world. I see light down. I'm being shown light. Literally through a small crevice. And it is triangular shape. And it's vibrating. I feel that there will be peace and that there will be light. It must not be blocked. That has to be given freely. Recognition has to be given to those who seek the light, that walk in the light, that see the light. For that to happen,
So I'd like you to update Sharon's Earth Organic Akashic Records for the work that we have done today.
I can do that. She's done her work.
And I'd like you now to scan Sharon's body for any energetic blocks and to give her a full body scan, please. I'd also like to find out what's going on with Sharon's stomach. She has a few problems down there.
feel its ovaries. I feel like it's been zoned in on, but left hand side, not right.
So what seems to be the problem?
I'm saying ovaries, it could be kidneys. The shape being shown is like, like an oval bar of soap. It looks like that. Blockages, pain.
Can we do a bit of healing work on that today?
Feel it. Feel something's being done.
Maybe blast it with divine golden consciousness.
Yes.
To remove the blockages.
My stomach's gurgling like nothing. I feel like there's something being released.
And anything that needs to be released, may they either be dissolved or rejected through the crown chakra to be cleansed. Any thought forms that's been placed anywhere on Sharon's body, may they also be dissolved. Has any been found?
See like a cross, like pipes and connections, like a junction. And there's light being pushed and flowing through them at horrific speeds, but actually pushing everything out. Almost like two pipes that are connected like a cross. I feel like that's in my head, seeing it opposite my forehead.
So let's remove everything that no longer serves you, that no longer has a purpose for you.
It's really hovering in. I feel like it's Indian guide hovering above me, above my face. Somebody's holding my hand, my right hand, because it feels very hot. Not hot, comfy, hot. But all my nerve endings are tingling, where I'm going to get the pain at my arms, to my shoulders. Oh, that's lovely. I feel like a cradling me. I don't want to cry. Happiness.
So is that all the pains in the joints that are being
Yes.
worked on right now?
Yeah. And that's where I get the most. That hurts the most. Physically. I'm seeing somebody drinking something from a vessel, and it's being offered to me. Like in a blue chalice with gold entwined. There's people either side of me now, lifting it towards me. I think they're bathing me in it. It's a beautiful liquid that's coming out. But I feel around the middle of my stomach and pulling it out. It's got beautiful gold intricacy around this vessel.
And that's there to heal and protect your stomach.
And my feet moving, I can't stop my toes. Particularly my left one. I feel like saying, stop touching your feet, please. Oh, just see a beautiful face come to me. Oh, my stomach's good. Oh, there's a goddess sat on a throne. almost Aztec. How it's like a Buddha. Is that bad? I feel like I'm being lifted off the bed, raised up. Say prayers over me to a beautiful book. Book's closed.
Let's receive all the healing.
Hands joined together in prayer. Grandfather figure, glasses, and then do his nose. Ooh.
Begin all that healing, and it will be ongoing.
I feel like there's medicine people around me from different tribes, from different countries, all having an input.
And all the healing that is happening today will be ongoing even after the session. The healing will still continue to be working.
Somebody just shot a blowpipe at me. But they've said it's not poison. I need it. It's good energy, good poison, good things. And a beautiful flower. It's yellow. It's got like stems inside. It's opening and shutting, fanning my right hand side. I feel the spirit now. It's like bamboo. Lifted up, a lamp. Like a genie in the lamp. All the smoke coming out.
Higher self, Sharon had a car crash accident in December 2012 and resulted in chest pain from asthma. Can we begin healing that today?
Somebody with white stripe across the face, belonging to a tribe. And there's a woman with dark hair coming down. Buffalo. It's coming. I feel like I'm laid in a field of grass, seagrass. There's beautiful wildflowers around. I can breathe in the air, sweet scented air.
So for the asthma, to heal the asthma, you need to be more outdoors and around countryside and have more connection to earth. Is that what you're being shown?
I believe so. I don't seem to get affected by pollen. It's more, they said it was older age asthma that started. I felt like I couldn't breathe, which I think resulted from the car crash to do with my sternum.
Sharon's higher self, what is Sharon's connection to the North Star? Or the Orion's belt and the plough? Is this where she originated from? Is this where her soul family is? She's also attracted to the moon.
seeing tribal leaders, so zigzags like lightning, but the backdrop is the solar system and planets, the stars. Oh, yes, big shiny crystal cut star. It's not so ram. There's the animal, a ram.
Who is Sharon's soul family?
Seeing triangles. I also see a sun or a moon. Oh wow. So like an elongated skull. Not from this planet. Again, yeah, it's drawn from a constellation of a skeleton of a being. Quite a large head. But the back of the skull is quite large and elongated.
Sharon's also shown concerns for a little boy called Alex, who is currently doing palliative care as he's at the end of life. She feels a strong connection to Alex and wondered if he is part of her soul family or from a past life, or a strong connection that she feels. Could you enlighten her on that, please?
See a little boy sat. Let me see the lower half of him, sat on a log. But it feels like I'm playing seesaw with him. But he's got shorts on. See his knees, and the log's covered with moss. It's a bit slippy. Can't see the top half. I keep seeing spines, as in your back. Just keep seeing that. But I've now seen the outline of a small child. Silhouette stepping into golden yellow light. Almost like a lung shape of it. It's all golden and stepping on the right hand side. Stepping over. But he's walking now. But he's got others around him to take him over. I'm just watching. I'm allowed to watch. I see him as a baby, literally in the womb. I don't think it was very good for him. A bit dark. Things weren't functioning properly. But he's still going. Got through light. I've been moved straight back across to look at something else. It's this alien face. I'm not scared of it. It's as if, looks like a grasshopper's face on a bigger form, walking towards me. Do I belong to you? Somebody's just shook their head, but it wasn't. It was a human face. A woman. But they're all retreating now. Like they're going back to the planet. See everything in retreat. Stars. Planets. Into the black void.
Higher self, Sharon's brother Sean, she has a close connection with him. Is he part of her soul family? Or soulmate? Or twin flame?
Something trying to come through. It's a little Scotty dog. It looks like it's ectoplasm that floating in front of me, but then there's little things hopping and skipping over pieces of light. Somebody wearing a necklace. A woman, pearl necklace. Gem earrings. 1920s, 30s. Why do I connect with Sean? What are you trying to show me? Starship? Spaceship?
Is it because you came down in the spaceship together?
Yeah, it looks like, we almost said hexagonal. It was like a menagerie shape. You know, like with the brass and the glass.
Were you in the contract together?
I think so. Somebody's saying yes.
What kind of
Showing me.
contract have you agreed to do to come on this earth?
Can't say. I don't feel.
Is it a joint contract that you've agreed to do, or two separate ones?
I think we came together. I saw it opening up. I saw flights of stairs as if we were coming down.
Who arranged for this contract? And what was the purpose of this contract?
I feel like I'm in space at the minute. Have all the way to this conversation. But it's more that the stars are in the distance and I can see clouds. I feel like I'm sat on the clouds. I've just seen a trail of spaceships, but more like how you'd imagine them in a film.
Were you the one of the third waves of volunteers that came to help Gaia?
I think so, because I love the Earth.
Are you a starseed?
Yes. I think...
Is Sean a starseed?
I think he's more of a warrior or a protector. He's definitely hands-on. He helps everybody and everything.
Which
I want to
starseed?
say yin and yang.
Which starseed are you? planet are you from?
It's a planet that has many rings around it. I feel like it's pink, a planet. It has golden rings.
And what is the name of this planet?
I want to say Sirius, but I'm not sure. I just feel that's in my head anyway. But it's just been spelled out to me in the sky, in the star, in space. Yes. It's got flowers around it.
So what is being spelled out?
Sirius. There's S.
Which of the Sirius planets are you from?
S. Soul.
Is there
Soul.
A, B, or C? Oh.
A. B. Feel the one in the middle. But I like the other planets.
Are you able to move freely from one planet to the other?
Yes. As I'm looking at them, I feel I hop, literally, or travel from planet to planet.
Do you go to any other planetary systems to visit
I feel there's one with animals on it. Hence why I see them all the time. They're just part of me. The planet to the left, it feels a little bit icy, but not in a bad way. It's cool. It's more stronger. It's more authoritative. Not in a bad way. It's more ruling. The other two, the middle planet and planet B, planet C, is more soulful. It's more, we feel like we do the bidding of planet A, that we have our own rights, but we're a little bit different to A. But we B and C interconnect more than we connect A, B, C, but B and C connect more with each other. There's a deeper understanding, there's a deeper feeling, emotional attachment to each other than there is with A. Hence why I said it was cool. It's a nice, gentle breeze, cool, but it can be a little bit icy if you're not doing what you should be doing, your purpose.
So higher self, do we have anything else to do today? Have we managed to heal everything that needed to be healed? Or is there other work to be done?
If there is other work to be done, I feel I can do it. I just wasn't aware that there was, or there might not be. It felt like I was stuck in a rut, and I felt guilty about it, that I wasn't fulfilling my purpose, and that made me sad. But if there's more to be done, I will do it, because I feel now that I know who will give me strength and who will look after me and who is there for me and who I belong to. And I gain much strength from that and happiness. I just feel sad that I sometimes have to let go for the right reasons for me, not necessarily for them, if that makes sense.
So higher self, in closing, would you mind giving Sharon a few words that would assist her? Because I know that she would really appreciate it.
Don't be so hard on yourself. Just keep doing what you're doing. Love everything that you're loving. Keep in touch. Keep doing communication between the planet, the earth, the trees, animals. You know, with animals, you see and you feel what others don't, which is nothing wrong with that. You haven't got a big ego, but you have to start believing in yourself. Something you've always said about, although you say it, you don't mean it. It's I'll either offend or please. But you don't mean it because you want to please, because you are that type of soul. It's you give, because what you get back is more than repayment. You're not doing it for repayment. It's you want things, people to progress, but also be able to feel this love and this awareness that you've got, you're part of. And although you've had to let go of a lot of earthly things, you know that they've never left you. They never will. And you will. You've always known that you'll meet again. So it's time to sort of not move on, because you are moving on. Just you are making the most of why you're here, because you're gifting your gift, what we've given you. And you've done it for so long, as it's proved today. You've been around for so many centuries, and you've had really good guides, and you still have gone taught. Just see this beautiful winged creature just float down. Beautiful wings. I think it's a female.
Soul consciousness now, I ask that you update Sharon's organic Earth Akashic records